Okay, thank you. I'm going to introduce our next presenter. Thank you, Professor Hiroshi. Our next presenter is Dr. Kei Kawai. And I was talking to him a bit earlier, and I said, where do you live? And he says, oh, we're from Kagoshima University. And he said, that's in the southern part of Japan. He said, have you been there? I said, not to Kagoshima, but I've been to Japan. He says, where have you been? I said, Tojingi Ken, way up in the north. And he said, you speak Japanese? And I said, oh, skoshi ne, skoshi take. And he said, oh, maybe you can translate for me because my English is not so good. I said, yeah, okay, you're from the south, I'm from up to, I was in Tojingi Ken. I said, do you speak Tojingi Ben? He said, oh no. I said, well, that's going to be a problem because in Japan, they have dialects all over the place and he can't speak Tojingi Ben, so that means I don't speak any other Japanese except for Tojingi Ben. So you're going to have to speak either English or Kukaran's Maori. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you Dr. Kei Kawai.
Thank you very much, Ian. I try to speak Tochigi Ben, so you can translate to all the people. Good afternoon, everybody. This morning I talked with one gentleman. He's a local people, and he teach me a very important keyword for me in Cook Islands. It's akama. I'm very akama now. Because maybe you can guess, it's my research field is very scientific. So I hope everybody enjoys the scientific report. So to start my speech, I'd like to introduce my university. Maybe he knows. Oh. So this is Japan. So our university is northern parts of Japan. This university has just 8 faculty and some institution. My research center for the Pacific Island is one of the institutions in Kagoshima. And just 4 people study the Pacific Island, so it's not enough. So every year we invite the visiting professor to study the Pacific Island. And Ron, he came to Kagoshima 1996 as a visiting professor to study the Pacific Island and Asia pattern of interrelationship in the past, present, and future. And his first professor come from University of South Pacific, and he make a very good relationship with USP and Kagoshima University. So after he came, more than 6 people come from my university from USP. So I also next week back to Fiji and have a research. So our research center greatly appreciates Ron's activity. So I found a couple of pictures. Ron was in Kagoshima. I think this is he presented some Asian and Pacific island, and it's a symposium with Japanese. I'm sure he enjoys Kagoshima life. And I just talked with him, just email, but I joined the previous speaker's Moribaki Sensei's project. I joined, and finally 2 years ago I met him. So from now I briefly explain my research field. I'm a marine biologist, so I'm very interested in such a tiny, you cannot see, this is an intertidal gastropod. I'm very interested in the very small gastropod. So in Cook Island, you can walk around the coastal area. You can find many environments such as sand beach and beach rock and limestone and basalt rock. Lots of environments you can find in intertidal area. And when you walk around the intertidal area, if you are very carefully to watch the rock, you can see the very tiny small marine gastropoda. My interest is this such a small gastropoda. This is a very common, and the name of this gastropoda is Nerita plicata. It's very, very common in Pacific Ocean at the upper intertidal zone. And this is all marine gastropoda. But it's very, very interesting because this gastropoda has a shell color pattern is very polymorphism. For example, this is a white color and black color, sometimes dot pattern color. There are lots of color pattern. So I'm very interested why this such a small gastropoda has a polymorphism. I studied these topics just a small period, so just I try to introduce why. This is a intertidal zone. It's already many research has done why shell color polymorphism is existed. Like these factors usually affected, genetically factor and environmental factor. For example, wave action. Some place is a huge wave is coming, but some place is very calm. This kind of difference affects the shell morphology and color pattern, and also some predation, bird or fish and crab, and something like this. And the gastropoda eat a different prey type. This one also affected. And salinity and desiccation on temperature. It's you already know intertidal zone. Sometimes water is covered, but sometimes not. So this kind of environment factor is drastically changed. So this factor also affected. And also habitat type. This is for example, basalt rock. This is a beach rock. So depends on the habitat type. Is shell color is sometimes different. So in this research, I'm very concentrated affects by temperature and habitat type, because it's already some people reported this factor is very important to this gastropoda. And I concentrate the interesting basalt rock. It looks like a completely black color pattern. And this is a beach rock. It looks like a white or gray color. So this kind of difference of color pattern might affect this shell color polymorphism. So this is an object in this research. We studied the shell color polymorphism of Nerita plicata in two islands, Rarotonga and Aitsutaki. And also studied the relationship between the polymorphism and habitat type, a basalt rock or beach rock, its affect, how affect. And also temperature of rock. Temperature of rock is usually gastropoda inhabit on the rock. So rock temperature is very important on the gastropoda. And this one is how effect to the inside the tissue temperature of the gastropoda. I studied this relationship. And finally, I discuss the mechanism that maintains the polymorphism, why this kind of polymorphism is existed. So this is a research area. You already know this is Rarotonga and Aitutaki. And I did a research 2008 and 2009. And this is a small mark is I have a research. Black color is a beach rock area, and white color is a basalt rock area. I have 1, 2, 3, 7 research area and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 research area. I went to there and collected some animals. So what this is a method. About 50 small Nerita plicata I collected and take to the laboratory and check the shell color pattern. And second, to study effects of tissue temperature by shell color type, 2 typical color type. Later I will show this color pattern is white and completely black banded type. I choose this type and I put the very narrow sensor inside the shell between the food and shell. So I can measure the temperature of the inside the tissue. So this is one of the research I observed. This is all Nerita plicata, but I can find the 4 type of shell type. One is a completely black type. It's a surface and back is completely black type. And second one is a completely black banded type. You can see the band here, and from behind to surface, it's a completely banded. And this one is just a partially black banded type. So only this part you can see the band, but opposite side is a white color. And fourth one is a completely white type. This side is a completely white type. So I can find the 4 type of color pattern. So now unfortunately I cannot see the here. This is like frequency from here from 0 to 100%. And this is a Rarotonga, and this is a Aitutaki. And this is a red color is a basalt rock 3 station. And this is a beach rock station. For example, station A, this is a beach rock, it's a white color beach rock. Almost 80%, please guess. This is the 80% of the population is a completely white color. And 20% is a completely black banded. And 10% is just a partially black banded. So I want to say 3 things from here. One thing is a beach rock type and quite similar pattern. And basalt rock place is a quite similar pattern. So depends on the habitat. This shell color is completely different. Aitutaki also same pattern. And second thing is this is a beach rock. It's a white color. This is a basalt rock is a black color habitat. Black color habitat is a black colored shell is much dominated, but white color habitat is a white color shell is very dominant. It's a quite similar pattern. And third thing is to compare with Rarotonga and Aitutaki. It's a completely different trend we can see. Here, for example, basalt rock is a black one is very dominant. All the stations